What kind of growth have you seen from Keandre throughout this year?
Like I said last night, he seems to get better every game. You know, he's playing well. He's playing a good role. I think he's learning a lot from his partner, and that's a huge thing. Trouba's been really good for him, and he's a young kid, and you know, he's playing the way we want him to play. He joins the rush. He makes good offensive plays, and he's playing solid, and he's getting more physical defensively. So we like the growth.
What's been the biggest impact Trouba's had on his game?
It's huge. The way Trouba plays. You know, Trouba talks to him all the time on the bench, whether it's a mistake or good plays. And, you know, when you play with good players and veteran players like that, they lead you. And he couldn't have a better partner for him.
Are you impressed with the way Kendrick Miller is skating for
Yeah, no. And as a coach that watched the last 2 years, you know, watching a young player like Keandre Miller, didn't know much about him. You know there's holes in young defensemen's game. Obviously, defensively, they make some bad judgment calls, but he's getting better every week. Every week he takes another step, and that's all to do with confidence, you know. So he's had a great year for us, and he's playing real good, solid hockey. So we're impressed. I'm not surprised, but we're impressed.
What have you learned about him?
What have I learned about Keandre? Low maintenance for me. Like, he comes to the rink and he goes out there and has fun every day. So like I said, we see his game evolving, and that's what we want. Continue going down the right path. You know, play hard, play well, defense first, and you know, he makes away plays. So he's just getting better.
Does he remind you of any defenseman that you've had at other stops?
Not really. I mean, that's not fair to say he's a Eric Carlson or no. He's Keandre to me. There's not really a guy that reminds me a whole lot about him.
What about this team's ability to continue to bounce back, just that quality that they have this year?
Well, when you think you're a good hockey team and you want to be a good hockey team, you don't get in the long losing streaks. And you know, we were upset the other night. We had 2 good games in the road. We beat 2 top teams, and then we played in New Jersey. And you know, there wasn't a whole lot in the tank there. And Jersey played a great game. Jersey's a young, talented team. They're playing real good hockey, and you know, they got on a little bit of roll there in the second period and scored 5 goals against us. So it's good when you can shake things off like that and come back and play your best game of the year. So that's you know, I'm happy the way the guys responded. I was expecting that response, but I was really happy the way we played the game for 60 minutes.
And now you have to do it against Buffalo, who's been playing just as good as New Jersey.
Well, we got to play as much as we can. We got 17 games left, and you know, worry about the next game. So, like I said, there's ups and downs. Every team has good runs, and you try and play your best game every night. But that's not going to happen. So we'll see. We'll do the best we can.
But are they different, Buffalo, from what you've seen recently? The way
they're a good team now. Yeah, I mean, they got Alex Tuck back. They got some of the young players taking a big step. They're playing real good hockey. I mean, they lost to Washington in overtime yesterday. They won the 3 games prior to that. So that's a good hockey team.
What makes Chris such an effective player in front of the net?
Big, strong. As you see, he works on, you know, tipping pucks every day, and that's a big part of his game. But I just think the way Kreider came in from day one of the training camp, that he wants to be a good player, he wants to be a good teammate, and he wants to get the Rangers in the playoffs. And he's had a great season for us so far, and just keep working hard and having fun.
Is strength the biggest thing for that kind of role, or does it come down to other things?
No, I mean, you don't have to be 6'2" and 220 pounds to go in front of the net. Anybody, you know, Brendan Gallagher, Montreal, the guy that I coached before, you know, it just takes a lot of character to go there, and you know you're going to get cross-checked, you know you're going to get in a battle, but that's where you score some goals. And you know, Chris Kreider is a perfect example of that.
It's an amazing season for Shesterkin. But yes, as a coach, you like to see the character of a young goalie. It was a rough start for him in Jersey, and he bounced back last night with a pretty great effort. So.
Yeah, no, that's been him all year. I mean, we take pride in our goaltending. You know, a goaltending coach does a great job with them. Obviously, he worked with a lot of good goalies in the past, and he just, from day one at camp, he just showed a lot of confidence. And I didn't know how good he was. And honestly, when I came to camp, I didn't know who was going to be number 1, Georgiev or Shesterkin. They both played well, and he just took it to a different level. I mean, he's, like you said, everybody talks to him about, you know, probably maybe the Vezina, maybe the Hart Trophy, but he's been that good for our team. And like you said, he had a couple little bumps in the road here lately, but it was more our team than him. But he's been outstanding, and you know, both goalies he's been good. Georgiev's last game, he had a shutout and played a great game in Carolina, so we're confident in our goaltending.
And now it's only been 2 games since the trade deadline. but do you think this group is now better equipped to roll 4 lines than what they were before the trade deadline?
Well, you gotta remember, we had a couple players out too, so, I mean, I roll 4 lines most of the year. I mean, it hasn't changed with this group. But now, did we get faster and get a little bit more, maybe more penalty killing into our group? Yes. I mean, we definitely added some good quality hockey players, and it's gonna make us a lot deeper team. Now, as we know, when everybody gets healthy, we're gonna have 27 guys around here, and we gotta make sure everybody tries to stay positive and hopefully go on on a long run. That's what it's all about. So we got good support. We've got a lot of good hockey players, and you try and fit the right lines together and get the right mold. So, but I had no issue with their 4 lines all season long. You know, when everybody was healthy, we could throw out 4 lines there, and they did their role. They did their jobs.
How about Cup's ability to play with, on that line with
Yeah, Koff's a good player. He's a big, strong guy. Skates real well, takes face-offs real well. So he complemented that line really well last night, definitely.